This week, New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez hit with new charges from federal prosecutors, including conspiracy to act as a foreign agent. And while Menendez has not confirmed he will run again in 2024, if he does, he will have at least one primary challenger, and that is New Jersey Congressman Andy Kim, who is joining me now. So, Congressman Kim, thank you for being here for Picks and Politics. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, too.
So I do want to begin, Congressman, with the new revelations that came to be that Senator Menendez is facing these new charges, right, accusing him of working as a foreign agent, providing sensitive U.S. government information, and took other steps, allegedly, that secretly aided the government of Egypt. Your response to that, and should he be expelled?
I believe that he should be. I mean, I do not see how he can continue to do this job. Even before this, we had a lot of information that really showed a lack of integrity and questions about whether or not he can continue to do so. Right now, he is still on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, even though he's not the chairman. He still gets access to classified information. These allegations are suggesting that he may not have been acting on the best interests of the United States. I don't have confidence as his constituent, as a colleague in the United States Congress, that he has the public trust to be able to continue this work.
Expulsion is rare, right? The Senate needs a two-thirds majority of senators to vote in favor of what would be known as an expulsion, right? And no senator has actually been expelled since the 1860s. So do you think Democrats would move forward with something like that? Have you spoken to your fellow Democrats in the Senate?
I don't know if they're going to move forward. They're not in session this week, so we'll see what they decide on doing going forward. But I was expressing what I thought this moment called for. I've certainly called for him to step down, and when we hear him repeatedly say he's not going to, I decided to step up to run against him because I feel like the people of New Jersey need to have a choice.
Yeah, and you did so rather quickly, right after that first round of charges came to be, right? Announcing, in fact, that you would run against him. Was that something, Congressman, that before all of this came to light, you were mulling over prior to the charges?
No, not at all. And in fact, I was very happy working in the House of Representatives, eager to keep going in that direction. I have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, 2 little boys. I was hoping to see more of them and be able to settle into the work. In fact, the day I announced that Saturday, the 23rd of September, was my kid's 8th birthday. So I was busy building Lego Star Wars with him when I decided that I needed to take the step of announcing that I'm going to run against my own senator. I did so because of my kids. I'm worried about this moment. What kind of America, what kind of country are my kids growing up in? And the politics is so corrosive. Myself, my family, a lot of my neighbors were losing trust in that kind of sense. And I want to try to do my best to restore that sense of trust, restore integrity in our politics. So that's why I felt the urgency and the need to step up.
Yeah, and Senator Menendez maintains his innocence, right? He says, let the due process play out before he makes any kind of decision. Should it? Does he have a point?
Well, he certainly afforded his right to due process. That is absolutely correct. But when it comes to continuing to serve in these jobs, these jobs, we don't own them. They belong to the people. And it calls upon a highest standard of leadership and integrity. And if that's brought into question, I don't see how someone can do it. Plus, beyond that, just the extraordinary time that is going to be needed to address these legal matters. I do not believe that the senator has a bandwidth, and I think New Jersey deserves a senator that can show up every day and do the job.
Congressman, you mentioned your kids and your decision to run, right, and the reason for it. New Jersey is one heck of a state that has high property taxes and so many issues that New Jerseyans face. I'm a resident of Jersey myself. What do you see as the top issue for you if you were to win in the Senate?
Absolutely. I mean, look, the top issue is about helping our families navigate these difficult times. Our small businesses are continuing to struggle. Families are struggling, continued with the rising prices and other issues, the inequality that's there, difficulties of healthcare. I've been doing a lot of mental health access, substance use disorder, the opioid crisis. We're seeing a lot of problems, and that demands, the full attention of our elected leaders. And I've been doing that in the House. I would be honored to do that in the Senate. And I do believe that the time is right for a new generation of leadership to step up for New Jersey and for the country.
Understood. And, Congressman, that's what's happening on the Senate side of things in your race for the Senate. But take us to your current job and what exactly is happening in the House. It seems the Republican Party is still struggling to find a leader, not just in a speaker, but overall as a party, right? So how is that impacting work that needs to get done in Congress? We averted the shutdown for now, but specifically when it comes to aid for say, the war in Israel that's playing out in real time?
I'm glad you asked this because I'm at the United States Capitol right now. I've been here all week. We have not done a single vote. We have not done anything of any significance in terms of official work because we don't have a Speaker of the House. And, it's incumbent upon the majority party to get their act together so we can move forward. We have a bipartisan resolution about our support for Israel. That should have been passed first thing this week. We have not been able to even bring it up for a vote. We have discussions with the administration on what comes next in terms of support for Israel, for Ukraine, for other partners, but also for keeping our government open. There's a ticking clock right now in terms of when we need to get that passed for us to be able to keep our government open and to make sure that seniors can continue to get the support that they need and that we don't have veterans struggling with the support that they need. So there's a lot at stake here, and we're paralyzed right now. We do not have a functioning Congress right now.
Do you see an end? Do you see an end? Do you see an end to this?
As of now, no. Unfortunately not. I frankly struggle to understand how anyone in the Republican caucus can get the 217 votes that they need right now. And we've reached out. We've said, hey, look, we're open to bipartisan discussions here. If there's an ability for us to have input into who it could be and what would be on the agenda, how we would pass the work that needs to get done to keep our government open. But we've gotten nothing back. Zero interest in having those kind of conversations because they just want to go further to the extreme rather than thinking about how we can come up with some type of unified way to move forward. We have a war in Europe, a war in the Middle East, and challenges here at home.
Sure, it's frustrating for you as a lawmaker and frustrating for the everyday American who just wants to see things get done. Congressman Kim, I appreciate you being here for your time and a very important day. Thanks for being here on Picks and Politics. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.